Coming up, your weekly roundup of news from around the haunt industry. Welcome to the show. I'm Philip. On the HAN show, we bring you the haunt news, information, and education you need to prepare for Halloween. On Tuesdays, we bring you a roundup of news from haunts worldwide. Read more about these stories and so much more in our free weekly newsletter. Subscribe at the link in the show notes. And as always, for the news roundup, I'm passing it off to Daryl.
It's halfway to Halloween week and haunters nationwide are celebrating. In Los Angeles, the spooky swap meet takes over Heritage Square Museum this weekend, where haunters, including LA Haunted Hayride, 13th Floor, and Practical Peculiarities, are decorating the museum's Victoria-era homes and hosting all-ages trick-or-treating alongside 60-plus vendors. In Oaks, Pennsylvania, the East Coast Haunters Convention kicks off with 5 haunted tours, over 150 vendors, seminars, and a Saturday night party at Shocktoberfest. And in Mountville, Field of Screams is opening its gates on May 2nd for a halfway to Halloween music fest with 2 of its haunted attractions. This is also the opening weekend of Universal Fan Fest nights at Universal Studios Hollywood, where Scooby-Doo meets the Universal Monsters is the headline backlot experience. Universal is debuting a Fan Fest Nights dining pass for the first time, bringing a mechanic it tested at Halloween Horror Nights last year into its spring event. Also this week, Six Flags reinstates park president positions at 10 parks. Creep It Real OC announces its September return, and Universal Horror Unleashed has a panel at Monsterpalooza this summer. The East Coast Haunters Convention is taking place this week. The East Coast Haunters Convention in Oaks, Pennsylvania returns to the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center this week, April 23rd through 26th, with haunt tours, a show floor with over 150 Halloween vendors, free learning lab sessions, paid seminars, and a Saturday night event at Shocktoberfest. Follow the links in the show notes because our full guide breaks down what's happening, when, and how to make the most of your time at this event. The Spooky Swap Meet takes place this weekend as well. The Spooky Swap Meet returns to the Heritage Square Museum in Los Angeles, California this Friday through Sunday, April 24th through 26th. Come dressed in your favorite costume for all ages trick-or-treating. Shop for Halloween treasures from over 60 spooky vendors, selling a mix of used Halloween decor and props and new merchandise. Enjoy a seance or show by the Stage Fright Theater Company. Explore the haunted Hale House with the Mad Doctor of Reichland Asylum, and experience a walkthrough at the Octagon House by 13th Floor. Other haunters and enthusiasts who have decorated the museum's Victorian-era manors include LA Haunted Hayride, a Mr. He Slasher, Sam Hain's Restless Farm, in association with Adam Jess FX, Nikki Alcaraz of Practical Peculiarities, and Diana Vogel of the Vogel Victorian. Tickets are selling out quickly with only 4 time slots remaining as of the morning of April 20th. General admission is $23 per person, with a portion of each ticket sale going to the Heritage Square Museum Nonprofit Foundation for the continued restoration and upkeep of the Los Angeles treasure. In theme park news, Scooby-Doo snacks and the HHN-style dining pass come to Universal Fan Fest Nights 2026. Universal Studios Hollywood in Universal City, California, has announced the food and merchandise lineup for Universal Fan Fest Nights 2026, and the headline items are tied to the event's signature backlot experience. Scooby-Doo meets the Universal Monsters, mystery on the backlot. Throughout Little Europe, guests will find 2 Scooby-Doo items, Scooby Snacks and a Super Shaggy Sandwich, which Universal describes as a stacked club sandwich shareable with your own mystery gang, alongside a Universal Monsters 22-inch dog. The menu, curated by executive chef Julia Thrash, also covers One Piece, The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, Dungeons & Dragons, and Super Nintendo World, with an expanded Sanji's Gallery at the Hollywood and Dine and a new Grand Pirate Den Bar. 4 Universal City Walk restaurants will also run limited-time themed offering. NBC Sports Bar Grill and Brew is offering One Piece themes, Voodoo Donut as a Scooby-Doo theme, the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen is Pretty Garden Sailor Moon themed, and Vivo Italian Kitchen is Dungeons & Dragons themed. For the first time, FanFest Nights will offer a Universal FanFest Nights Dining Pass, which covers 6 items on a visit date for a single price, including 2 entrees and 4 sides, snacks, desserts, or beverages. Hollywood debuted a Halloween Horror Nights Dining Pass in 2025, and the mechanic is now moving into the spring event in its 2nd year. Food has become a meaningful revenue lever at Universal's hard ticket events. Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando has expanded themed food stalls tied to its haunted houses, and the premium Scream Night ticket, which expanded to 2 nights this year, offers unlimited food as one of its primary benefits. The ticket gets guests into the door, but the real margin on a long night event lives in food, beverage, merchandise, and premium tours. Bundling F&B into a prepaid pass lifts per cap spend, locks in revenue before the event night, and removes guest frictions when lines get long. Most dining passes at seasonal events are an upsell tied to the season and included with annual passes, but FanFest Nights is a separately ticketed event, which makes the bundle a different kind of per cap play. Universal FanFest Nights runs April 23rd through 25th, May 1st through 3rd, May 7th to 9th, and May 14th through 16th of this year. Six Flags Entertainment Corporation reinstates park president positions in 10 parks. Six Flags Entertainment has reinstated park president positions at 10 of its parks less than a year after eliminating the role, according to an Orange County Register report. When John Riley became Six Flags CEO in December 2025, he described a chain that had suffered from inconsistent standards and a lack of accountability across parks after the 2024 Cedar Fair merger. The park president reversal is the first major structural change announced under Riley's tenure, and it tracks with those observations. The 10 parks reinstating local presidents are the same cohort receiving the company's most significant seasonal investment, and are likely the ones Six Flags plans to keep after further sales. Follow the links in our show notes to read the analysis, or watch as Philip and Scott discuss it on the weekly Green Tagged Show. Creep It Real OC returns with a vintage and hometown Halloween theme. For its 7th year, Creep It Real OC returns to the Heritage Museum of Orange County in Santa Ana, California, September 11th through 13th. This year, step into the golden age of Halloween where you enter into a world of old-fashioned hometown fun, celebrating the unique vintage Halloween styles of the 1920s to 1950s. The event features over 130 spooky vendors, photo ops, live music, food and drinks, scare actors, and more. Tickets are on sale now, starting at $21.72 for a single-day general admission and $52.77 for the Creepin' Weekend Pass. Universal Horror Unleashed panel announced for Monsterpalooza. On Saturday, May 30th at 5 p.m., join the Universal Horror Unleashed team at Monsterpalooza in Pasadena, California, as they provide a behind-the-scenes look at maintaining this year-round horror experience. The panel will explore how to maintain high-impact scares while preserving the physical longevity of sets, props, and technical equipment through strategic maintenance cycles, modular design, and smart material choices. They will also discuss supporting and well-being and retention of artists, performers, and technicians by implementing rotating roles, rest periods, and professional development opportunities that keep creative energy fresh. Additionally, they will touch on the operation frameworks that allow for continuous content evolution, such as iterative storytelling, seasonal overlays, and audience feedback integration, without necessitating full rebuilds. Monsterpalooza takes place May 29th through 31st at the Pasadena Convention Center. Tickets are on sale now, starting at $43.91 to $55 for single-day general admission and $96.54 for a 3-day general admission ticket. The event features over 450 vendors, Monster Museum, makeup demos, celebrity guests, panels, and more. Field of Screams opens their gates May 2nd for Halfway to Halloween Music Fest. The Field of Screams in Mountville, Pennsylvania is opening its gates Saturday, May 2nd for a Halfway to Halloween event built around a full-day music festival and 2 of its haunted attractions. A single Fright Pass covers 5 bands, the Den of Darkness Horror Barn, and the Frightmare Asylum Haunted Hospital. The Haunted Hayride and Nocturnal Wasteland will not be open for this event. The music festival is new for 2026 and runs from 1 p.m. through the evening. The lineup includes Zenith, Basic Cable, Bark at the Moon, an Ozzy Osbourne tribute band, American Grimm, and headliner Adrenalize, a Def Leppard tribute band. Gates open at 12:30 p.m. with the Chainsaw Bar Beer Garden. Food trucks, axe throwing, 5-minute escape rooms, games, and the Scream Shop. The 2 haunts run from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Also new for 2026 is a respawn option, which lets guests go back through either haunted house for $5 per person. The event doubles the preview of changes Field of Screams has made ahead of its September 11th opening day. Tickets are available at fieldofscreams.com/tickets. Some upcoming events this April through June of 2026 include Spooky Swap Meet from Los Angeles, California, April 24th through 26th. The East Coast Hunters Convention in Oaks, Pennsylvania, April 25th and 26th. Ohio Halloween and Haunters Convention from Mansfield, Ohio, May 9th through 10th. Monsterpalooza in Pasadena, California, May 29th through 31st. And the Midwest Haunters Convention in Rosemont, Illinois, June 6th and 7th.
And that's all for the news this week. Today's episode was produced by me, Philip Hernandez, with reporting by Daryl Plunkey, post-production by David Swope. This Haunt News Update is a production of the Haunted Attraction Network, and you can sign up to our weekly newsletter at hauntedattractionnetwork.com. Support for this episode comes from Gantom Lighting and Controls. Until next time, Haunters, stay scary.
This is a Haunted Attraction Network production.